met, I don't know, maybe a few months ago and just felt that, when you connect with somebody, you really connect with them. And so she offered to do our mindfulness and meditation experience today. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it right over to you to guide us through everything we need to take care of today. Welcome, Alex.
Hi, thank you for joining everyone. So I'm Alex McAnderson. I'm the owner of Villalobos Vitality. I am a Reiki master teacher, yoga instructor, all those things, but I did start in finance and early education. So complete 180. And I really have taken some time to prep for this. I'm going to spend a little bit of time. This is going to be very high level in the beginning about meditation and the benefits of it. But I really want to spend more time on the actual meditation. I want to provide you with the experience rather than something you can just Google. Anyone can Google what are the benefits of meditation, and we've heard how many benefits there really are. So I want to first start off by saying thank you for having me, Mona, and hello to my new Central Exchange family. I'm really excited to be here, and just know by us coming together and setting the expectation and setting the foundation and just the intention of just being together, we're going to start healing. And just know that through this meditation that there is something that you can take away from it. So just take what you want and leave what doesn't serve you. Not everything that I'm going to say is going to resonate, but there should be at least one thing that you can take with you after this meditation and after this presentation. The first thing I want to start off with is, when most people think of meditations, they really think oh, it's a monk up in the mountains only for hours and hours on end. But being mindful is really about just being present. And there's so many different ways to meditate and be present, be mindful. There's visualization, there's sound healing. You can use sound. I actually have music in the background if you can hear it. I have some binary beats to be a heart opener. So you can incorporate so many different things. It's not just sitting, quieting your mind. That's just one piece of it. We also have guided meditation. We have mantra meditation, which is what most people think of when they think of those monks, just om, and it just sets a vibration. But doesn't have to just be one thing. You have movement, you have yoga, you have yoga nidra. Just taking a walk outside and breathing in the air, feeling the air in your lungs, being present, hearing the birds, feeling each step, that can be a meditation. I know for me, one of my favorite things is I'll put on a song that I love, and I will just put my hands on my heart and feel the lyrics and feel the music. That is meditation. It's any time that you're just focused on the present, on the now, because we have so much stress, we have so much anxiety because we're not living in the now. We're always depressed about the past and thinking about decisions that we made in the past, choices that we made in the past, or we're anxious about the future. We're worried about what's going to happen. And your breath is the key. So in meditation, the breath is the anchor. It's what anchors you to this present moment, because you can't take a breath in the future and you can't pull back a breath from the past. So when you focus on your breath, and it sounds, kind of hooky to people when you say, all you have to do is breathe, right? But it's true. All you have to do is focus on your breath. And by focusing on your breath, you're focusing on the present moment. And that alone will start to alleviate some of that stress. We release 70% of our toxins through our breath. That was a big aha moment for me, because we're doing all these toxins to, clear our gut and to do other things, but it actually comes from our breath. So by you taking those deep breaths, going all the way down to the diaphragm, holding, and then exhaling, it connects you to the present moment. It connects you to your body, and it connects you to your soul. Because right now, we have so much, we're feeling fragmented, right? We can't physically touch people. For a very long time, we've been so focused on work, work, work. I feel like we've lost that connection. Unless you have that practice of meditation, of yoga, you kind of lose that connection with your soul. And your soul is whatever you believe in. This practice has nothing to do with religion. It just has to do with love. So whether you believe in, having an angel, having a higher self, connecting to God, connecting to the universe, anything that it is that you believe in, your soul is that connection. It's that higher version of yourself. So we're constantly fragmented and just working and focusing on productivity and what we're doing and like go, go, go. We have a hard time just being still, being present. So some of you, when we do the meditation, you may feel a little bit uncomfortable. And I'm going to challenge you to feel uncomfortable, because that's what this practice is. This is how we build resilience. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable. When you start to feel like, ugh, your mind starts to kick in. Like, what are you doing? This chick is weird. Why are you doing this? Say, okay, it's okay. You're here for a reason. And as you build that resilience, as you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, when you push yourself outside your comfort zone, then you start to build this inner peace. You start to build this grounding, this power that when things happen that you have no control over, or external things that happen all the time with life, then you just start by, you can see it, I just did it right now. You just start by taking a deep breath. And knowing that it's going to be okay. Focusing on the moment. Back when I was in finance, I used to always focus on the future. So I had so much anxiety, and I thought I was just being prepared. I was thinking about everything that could go wrong. But if you imagine your mind, right now your subconscious mind is kind of running the show. So everything that's there, it's surfacing in our life. So if you think about the time where you were like the happiest, like for me, it's like when, I'm holding my newborn baby and you're like so happy. Like we aren't used to being in that state at all times. As soon as we're happy, something pops in and tells us everything that could go wrong and how this moment's going to stop, right? We're holding our newborn baby and then we get, oh my gosh, all of these things can happen to it. So but by being grounded, by breathing, by being mindful, by meditating, you start to build that resilience and you start to retrain your brain. Because that's what we're doing right now. We're retraining our brain. We're allowing our subconscious mind to understand that we are safe because it's there for a reason. Our subconscious mind wants to be present and it wants to keep us where we're at. It's not comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's not comfortable with growth. It's not comfortable with trying something new. That's why every time you want to try something new, your mind kind of kicks in like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that? What are people going to think? That's like the biggest thing, right? It's like the ego. What are people going to think? So as you start to grow this inner peace and this inner resilience, all of these limiting beliefs start to kind of go out the window. You stop caring about what people are thinking. You start to own your truth. You start to be who you are meant to be. And it really, truly starts with your breath. So we all know about the benefits of meditation. We know it reduces, stress, emotional balance. It reduces pain. It reduces anxiety. It starts building up all of the good chemicals inside of our body. But I want to just do like a quick little thing just to show you guys how powerful your mind is, and how there's that connection between what you're thinking and what's happening to your body. So if everyone will just shut your eyes really quick, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. So close your eyes and imagine that I'm cutting this big yellow juicy lemon right in front of you. And as I cut it in half, a little bit of juice kind of squirts on the table. Cut it again into a fourth, and there's a little bit more juice. And I hand you this piece of this bright yellow juicy lemon. And as you hold it in your hand, you put it in your mouth. And most of you should be feeling that sensation, that saliva in your mouth without the physical lemon actually being present. So that's the same thing that we do with our mind. If we're constantly thinking about everything that could go wrong without it even happening, we're creating all this internal turmoil. We're dropping all of this cortisol into our body, and cortisol creates inflammation. Inflammation is the beginning of disease. it's the beginning of like chronic diseases. It's the beginning of, you know, everything that goes awry in our bodies. So we start with our breath, that trains our brain, and then that allows us to kind of shift gears and to go into this new path, which today, by you being here, you're already setting that intention. You're already planting that seed of what else is out there. Because there's a whole nother world once you're connected to your soul and your path. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being present. And as I mentioned, I will kind of push you outside your comfort zone. When we do the meditation, there'll be some things that won't make sense to our logical mind, but it's okay, let it go. We're going to work some parts of us that we don't usually get to use, like our imagination, our creativity, our intuition. So we're going to tap into that today. But before we do that, I just want to tell you kind of what happens, a little bit more about like 3 stages of fight or flight. So the first stage is the alarm, right? Something happens. And just understand that our fight or flight is necessary. Back when we were living with out in the wilderness and there was a bobcat, we needed our fight or flight to trigger us, let us know we were in danger. But now it's triggered all the time. Like there's people that when an email pops up, drop as much cortisol in their body as if someone was pointing a gun. So we're overstimulated in our society. We always have technology, our computers, our phones, we're inside. And this is such a beautiful time to start to reconnect with nature, to start to reconnect with ourselves. As we know, a lot of our things that have kept us preoccupied have been stripped away. So now we're living a much simpler life. So you get to choose if you want to take this time to go a different way and to pivot and to create this inner peace. You have nothing but time now. But the first stage is that alarm state where your heartbeat's going, you feel that adrenaline. And then after that is that resistance stage where you are still on high alert, but you have a lower amount of cortisol. And remember, the cortisol is what creates all of that internal inflammation, and it's that stress hormone. We don't like cortisol. And then there's the exhaustion phase, which is when you have the fatigue and the burnout. So what happens is with work and with other things, we like push through, right? We're doers, we're leaders, we push through, we don't let things keep us down. So instead of acknowledging like these emotions that we have, these things that come up, we just push through. We throw them in the back and we just like push through. But what happens, we start kind of being like this leaky faucet. So your mind and your body adapt, but you're constantly dripping this cortisol in your body. It's dripping and dripping and dripping, and you're just pushing through every day. You just get up, you get going. There's things to do until at some point your body's like, enough. And then something happens that makes you stop and slow down. So by creating a practice, by making time for yourself to be present, to be still, instead of this huge wave coming down and like crashing on you and making you take time for yourself, making you take time to slow down, you have like these little smaller waves that you can like, okay, I feel them, I acknowledge them, I let them go, because that's what our emotions are, right? We all feel emotions. We're all humans. We feel everything. Our emotions are meant to be like food. We're meant to process them. So when you feel something, you acknowledge it, you honor it, you feel it, you sit with it. That's the hardest part for us. We don't like to sit in our emotions because we think emotions are weak. It's not okay to cry. It's not okay to be vulnerable. It's not okay to be like strong at all times. So we just suppress them. We suppress them, or we just lock them in a closet, or if it gets to a point where it's too overwhelming and we don't want to sit still with it, then we like vomit on someone else. We like energetically and emotionally just vomit on another person, whether it be our spouse, whether it be a colleague. And then we feel better because we've released all of these things that we've been holding, but now we've dumped on someone else. So by having this practice, it allows you to process, to sit still, to acknowledge, why am I feeling this way? And then to let it go. Because as I said, like food, imagine of your emotions like water, they're meant to come and they're meant to like wash over you. But what happens, because we don't have a practice, because we don't breathe, we start to instead take these really shallow breaths and go into panic mode, and it triggers our fight or flight. And then we go and just wreak havoc on our insides. So as we continue, as you continue to build this practice and this mindfulness, you'll start to see how the main things that you really need, kind of going down this mindful like roadmap. So your meditation are like your breaks, right? So whenever you feel overwhelmed, like there's too much going on, just take a moment. Just take a moment to breathe. So take a moment to meditate. And like I said, meditate can mean so many different things. And then your breath is your vehicle. So you anchor down, you focus on the moment, you focus on what your body is feeling, why it's feeling it, and then you let it go. And then your practice is the road, because you're constantly going to feel this pressure, these emotions, but you have to continue. Like this isn't, in the beginning when I started this practice, it definitely was like a checklist. Like, okay, I have to do this because it's supposed to make me feel good. And slowly, the more that I did it, now it's crucial. Now it's as important when I get up to take time for myself, to meditate, to be grounded. It's just as crucial as brushing my teeth. It's who I am. So like I said, the meditation are your breaks, your breath is your vehicle, and you have to continue to stay on that road. So your practice is the road, because there's a lot of times we'll get misaligned, we'll take a wrong turn, and we'll go on a different road back to that road, that road to Stressville. But you always have the power, you always have the ability to stop and come back. You always have that ability to come back home. So take a deep breath in, and I can spend a whole hour just on breath. Just as I mentioned, we take very shallow breaths. We usually breathe from our lungs, from our upper body. And by doing this slow or this fast, shallow breathing, it actually triggers our fight or flight. So right now with me, take a deep breath in, and we're going to do it I'm going to keep the count, and then we're going to do 3 in a row. And one, just to think that we're all breathing together as a family, as a community, is really, really beautiful. Because even though we're not physically in front of each other, we are connected in this moment. So I will keep count. We're going to do a deep breath of 5. We're going to hold for 6, and then we're going to breathe out 7. So at first it may feel a little uncomfortable because we're not used to taking these deep breaths. You may start to feel a little high. That's okay. Go ahead and push through. Your mind and your body at first are going to be like, what is this? Especially if you don't have a practice. Just push through and have grace with yourself. So together, community breath, take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathe out 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So by you taking that longer exhale, it starts to calm down your body, to connect to your nervous system and tell that it's okay to be present. It's okay to just relax. And when we're relaxed, that's when our body starts to heal itself. Because did you know that doctors actually give cortisol, give that stress hormone to clients when they're doing some type of transplant, because the body's going to be so busy with the cortisol and the stress that it's not going to have time to fight the transplant, that whatever was put in the body, so liver transplant or lung, whatever they're doing. So that, I mean, just shows you we're so stressed all the time that our body never gets an opportunity to heal. So when you're quiet, when you're mindful, when you're present, when you do this practice, the body is like, okay, there's no stress going on, there's no fires. What can we repair? What can we fix? So then you start to truly fix things from the inside out, not just, you know, spiritually and emotionally because you feel more centered and connected, but physically, because you're giving your body a chance to heal and repair itself. Because we want things fast. Everything has to happen fast. Like I said, it's all about productivity, what we can do, and we want like that magic pill. But it's all there and available to us, but it does take time, and it takes intention, and it takes practice. But our body's constantly, you know, rejuvenating itself. We have new white blood cells every 120 days. We have new, you know, stomach lining every 10 days. So you start, today is a day where you get to choose which road you get to go. And there's never any judgment, but you can continue to go the way that you've been going. Or today you can say no. Today you can say, I'm putting myself first. Sometimes we think that's selfish, but I'm putting myself first. I'm healing myself. I'm coming home. And you'll feel all of this as we start the meditation. So I want to make sure I have plenty of time for that. So take a deep breath in. Anytime that I'm going through, like I said, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to do some visualizations that may not make sense to your cognitive left brain, but just use your imagination. Get comfortable. You can either be sitting straight up in a chair, leaning back and relaxed, or you can be laying down on the floor, but make sure you have a direct spine. And start to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And if your body starts to get uncomfortable or your mind starts to wander, always come back to your breath. Breath will bring you back to the present moment. So take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Start to feel where you hold tension. Most of us, it's in our neck, in our jaw, in our face. And start to ground down. Shut your eyes. Letting go of the day. Letting go of everything else you have to do today. Focusing on this moment and knowing that everything is happening exactly as it should. That by you just being here, the moment that you hit register, you planted that seed of self-healing, of reconnecting with your spirit, with your body. And that today, give yourself this time to just be, to be present, to reconnect to who you truly are. Not your title, not your role, not what you do for a living, but who you are at your core. So continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Now imagine yourself walking over a hill. And once you walk over this hill, you see this beautiful grand oak tree. And it's the most beautiful tree that you've ever seen, with leaves of every color. And you feel this pull, this magnetic pull that is drawing you in closer to this beautiful oak tree. This is your tree of life. And as you continue these deep breaths and as you walk closer to this tree, that intensity grows 10 times fold. And you start to sink deeper into your body. You start to let go. And as you get closer, you feel more relaxed in your body. In the very moment that you touch this tree, you touch its trunk, you feel a oneness. You feel this warm energy that surrounds you. So you sit down and lean back with your back up against the tree. And it's as if the tree gives you a big hug, completely engulfs you. And you feel fully grounded and supported at this very moment. And just like this tree, you start to grow roots. So with each inhale and exhale, these roots going deeper into Mother Earth. With each inhale and exhale, you go in deeper. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. So imagine these roots growing deeper, going through the grass and the topsoil, through the rocks, through the sheetrocks, piercing through every mantle of Mother Earth. And with each inhale and exhale, those roots go in deeper, and you continue to sink in. The stress starts to melt away as you sink in deeper into your chair, the ground, your bed, allowing yourself to fully surrender to this moment. Imagining these roots going in past the lava, past the magma, to the very core of Mother Earth. And in the center, imagine a beautiful clear crystal, or a heartbeat, the beautiful heartbeat of Mother Earth. And the moment that you take your next breath and your root grows and touches this beautiful crystal, you feel this intense, loving, healing energy start to enter your body. It feels like when you hug your favorite person in the world, that warmth, that love, that support. And as you continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, with each inhale, you start to pull up this healing energy that's relaxing you up through those roots. So as you inhale and exhale, it starts to come up through your roots. You may see the color red. And this warm, healing energy moves its way up from the center of the earth through all of the mantles, the lava, the magma, the sheetrock, the dirt, the grass. And it starts to enter your physical body, and as it moves up through your body, you relax and surrender. Release any tension. As it moves up through your toes, you relax your toes. And it moves up through your shins, you relax your shins, your knees, your thighs, down to your hips. You sink a little deeper. And the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. So continue to pull this warm healing energy with your breath up through your hips to your diaphragm, up to your lungs, your chest, all the way up to your shoulders. And when this warm healing energy gets to your shoulders, allow it to drip down through your shoulders, down your arms. You relax your arms, you relax your shoulders. Let them sink a little deeper, letting go of any tension. As it moves down through your elbows, your hands, to the very tip of your fingertips. So continue to breathe as you pull this healing energy from your shoulders up to your throat, up through your jaw. You unclench your jaw. You let your tongue hang. Up through your face, your eyes. You allow every little muscle around your eyes to completely relax, to let go, knowing that you're fully safe, fully supported in this moment. And as you pull that warm healing energy all the way up to the very tip of your head, when it has nowhere else to go, imagine this beautiful red rosebud start to grow on the top of your head. And here's where you get to use your imagination. So as this beautiful red rosebud starts to grow at the top of your head, imagining the heavens, the clouds opening up, and this beautiful white light coming down from the heavens, like a beautiful white laser coming down on this red rosebud. And as the light shines upon the bud, it starts to open up its petals. And as it opens up, you see the most beautiful red rose that you have ever seen. And when the rose is fully open to its full expression, this cool healing energy, you may see the color white, you may see a color gold, enters your body, and as it moves down through your body, it's rejuvenating, healing, and relaxing every ligament, every cell, every muscle in your body. So allow it to move down from this rose, down your forehead, relaxing your forehead even more, surrendering and letting go. And if your mind starts to wander, with an exhale, push that thought away, like the wind pushing a cloud. So allow this healing white energy to move down through your face, clearing and healing everything it touches. As it moves down your jaw, you unclench your jaw, down your throat, down your shoulders, down your arms, to the very tip of your fingertips. Then it moves down from your shoulders, down through your chest, down to your stomach, your hips, down your legs, past your knees, down your shins, your ankles, to the very tip of your toes. Now feeling fully grounded, fully present in this moment, totally relaxed. We go back to that tree, sitting on that tree. And right over the hill, you see somebody coming forward. And though you can't quite see who it is, you get a warm sensation like it's someone that you know, someone that you love. And as they get closer, you start to see that it's you. It's that piece of you that you maybe have left behind. Your higher self, that inner voice that is always cheering you on, letting you know how great you are. And as they walk closer to you with a big smile on their face, you feel like you're reconnecting with an old friend. You remember what it was like to feel whole, what it was like to play with one another. Because we grow old, because we stop playing. That's why children don't have stress and anxiety. As a young child, you're perfectly whole. Problems aren't obstacles, they're just adventures in your road. And you see life through this lens of opportunity, of joy, of love. And we can go back to this. We have an opportunity now to go back and see life through this lens once again. So as you look yourself in the eye, you can see yourself the way that they see you, through that lens of love, of gratitude, of joy, feeling nothing but peace, knowing that everything is fine, that you're perfectly whole, and that everything you need is already within you. take a moment to feel that love emanating from your higher self. As they let you know that this place is always here for you, that to feel this peace, all you have to do is go inward. All you have to do is stop and be still. So you say thank you. Give a warm embrace. You see them, walk away. And right as they start to walk over that hill, something catches your eye. And you see this leaf fall from that tree. And as it's falling down, it's as if it's dancing gently in the wind, going back and forth. And when you catch a glimpse, you see something that is written on this leaf, but you can't quite make out what that word is. It's one word. So you continue to watch this leaf just dance, calm down, and it lands right in front of your toes. And you reach down and you pick it up, and you turn it over. What is that word for you? What is that message that came through for you? So you take this leaf, and in this moment, put your hands on your heart, feeling that heart beat, connecting with your body, thanking your body for always keeping you safe, for you always have the power to change anything in your life. You are the creator of your life. And as long as this heart keeps beating, you have the opportunity to create anew. So what is it in this moment that you need to create? What is that word that came to you? What are you willing to surrender and let go of in this moment? What limiting belief do you need to let go to make room for something new, for something better? What part of you do you need to love a little more? It's time to come home. We no longer have time for the guilt, for the shame, for the island mentality, thinking that it's just us. We are all interconnected, and we rise up by helping others. So what is that lens that we can change in this moment? What truly matters in our life? What is important to you? And just know, as you peel back those layers of all the things that you've had throughout your life, all that trauma that you've held, all those limiting beliefs, that there is work, but this isn't that grueling hard work that we're used to. This work, this ability that you give yourself to grow, to let go of the past, to let go of those things that have been holding you down. You're creating a new you from the inside out. And you start to see that your life around you starts to change. That the people around you all of a sudden feel just like you. As you shine your light, as you are brave enough to be your true and authentic self, you're giving others permission to do the same. So imagine if all we need in this moment to change our life is to be who we are meant to be. To let go of the masks, to let go of the pain, to let go of anything that's been holding us back. All you have to do is just be, because you're already perfectly whole. You already have everything you need. So feel that heartbeat connect with your body and know the beautiful magic and healing that is happening inside just by you being present, by you being here, by you breathing, by you showing up for yourself. There's no wrong way to do this. You are your own healer. You are the architect of your life. You have the power to create whatever it is that you want. It is your divine So, as you continue to take your deep breaths in and deep breaths out, reconnecting to your body, to the internet, because I have no idea what happened. Everything happens exactly as it should. So start to open your eyes to reconnect. And to just be feeling lighter, feeling whole, feeling happier. Everyone. I don't know if I'm still on. Hopefully I don't know who's left the meeting. Feel free to write something in the text box. There we are. How do we feel, friends? Okay, we can go ahead and unmute everyone now that we're present. So I forgot to warn you guys, when you are doing like energy work and spiritual stuff, crazy things tend to happen. So I was in the zone. I have no idea when this cut out. But so you guys know, I do a free live meditation every morning at 9:30 on my Instagram. So you can feel free to add me on Instagram, Villalobos Vitality, also on Facebook. And every morning, if you need something to kind of get you going, I just log in and do a quick 30-minute meditation, whatever comes to me that morning. And that way I can help give back to everything that's going on. So if you like a little bit more of this, and this was just a good taste of what I can bring, just make sure that you follow me on Instagram and log in every morning at 9:30. Thank you. Hi, Mona. I don't know when you lost me.
The important thing is that you're here right now and you're able to bring us back. So
we completely lost me back.
And that it's amazing what the universe does at the right time.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for guiding us through this meditation. I see we still have about half the people on. If you're still on, thank you so very much for joining us. And you gave your Instagram info. How could they reach you by email if they want to reach out to you, Alex?
Yeah, you can just go on my website or email me. My website is just villalobosvitality.com. So my email is Alex, ALEX, at villalobosvitality.com, or you can just go on my website and, click on the link to send a message. All of my information is on my website. All of the meditations that I started to do, I record them and then I dump them into my YouTube channel. So there's all kinds of resources right now that are available to you guys. If you just need to chat one-on-one, my information's on there as well. So thank you so much for coming and joining today. Thank you to my Central Exchange family now. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you, Mona, for having me and connecting and for bringing me on. Hopefully this is the beginning of like a beautiful partnership.
Thank you again. I'm reading the comments and everybody's saying they're so relaxed. This may be nap time for many people right now, but I think it was a beautiful break to my week, I know, and I enjoyed every moment, even when you were gone for a minute.
Let's keep going.
It's totally fine. So again, Alex, thank you so very much. I see people are logging off. We want to thank you, and let's figure out how we might be able to do this again. So
absolutely. If you want to send me a message, let us know if a word came to you. I love hearing those words when you start to open up and connect and kind of receive guidance and support. Oh, you got love. I love that.
oh,
Yeah.
Ray, that was my word too.
Love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you guys are still on peace, I love it. Let us know what the word came to you on that leaf.
That's beautiful.
No, mine was worthy, patience, love. Yes, those
Right.
are all those things that are internally within us that we forget about. So
Yeah.
this is just tapping into that piece of you.
Beautiful.
Love
Well,
it.
as people are logging off, be sure to take a look at the Central Exchange calendar, centralexchange.org. We've got so many webinars coming up and right now my brain isn't even in the mode that I can remember what day of the week it is, let alone what our next webinar is. So thank you again for joining us. Reach out to Alex with comments and questions, and hopefully we'll be able to have her back on.
Yes, I would love that.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.